Hi, Karen. It's a pleasure meeting with you today. Next week, Claire and I will be meeting with Natalie Rogers, who is the Senior Director of Business Development and Merchandising over at Sur La Table. So we're really excited that we landed this meeting with her because we really feel she's the perfect person to talk to. Natalie has worked at Sur La Table for 11 years now, and her role now is her fifth position in the company overall. Having worked in her role for over a year, we think that she has the perfect perspective. She has adequate knowledge of the industry and company as a whole, but she is new enough in the role that we really think she can bring a fresh eye. Today, we want to review our presentation with you and ensure it is engaging, relevant, and compelling, and we'd love to hear any feedback that you have from us.
So to begin, we want to review just how Sur La Table was in 2020 and their current climate. So in our previous meetings with various stakeholders, we've indicated that Sur La Table has faced financial hardship because of this pandemic. Back in June, they actually declared Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and to finance this, they decided to keep open only 50 out of their 130 original store locations. And while Sur La Table does have a website, we've learned that they rely heavily on their in-store experience. They're super customer oriented and they heavily base their brand on engaging with their customers directly. You can see this by looking at their rewards program and their recipes and cookbooks for clients to use at home using their exact Sur La Table products. They also operated the largest non-professional cooking school in the country prior to the pandemic. To give you some reference on just how much Sur La Table relies on their retail stores, their past 3 annual financial reports indicated that their yearly in-person sales average at $230 million, while only $80 million in e-commerce sales. Their cooking classes also generated roughly $35 million in past years. So while they have an e-commerce platform, it's mediocre at best, and it really doesn't meet the income of the rest of their business operations.
So our objective for this sales presentation is really to show Sur La Table just how we at Shopify can help increase their e-commerce presence. And by focusing on their priority business goals, we believe Sur La Table will be able to maintain this vision for their company. Currently, one of Sur La Table's biggest priority business goals is to increase revenue by transitioning selling efforts to a rapidly growing e-commerce marketplace. The global pandemic has given online retail businesses that already have had an established base in e-commerce the upper hand. So Sur La Table really needs to catch up. Another goal they're focusing on is to encourage more customer engagement in order to attract more long-term customers. Sur La Table wants to continue cooking instruction as well as any other online interactions they can do in order to keep their consumers engaged and loyal to their brand.
Next, we're going to look at the stakeholder needs. So Shopify has 2 distinct needs that we want to address in our presentation. Their first crucial need is their financial struggle. So they don't currently thrive in this e-commerce market, and especially they're struggling with limited in-store activity because of COVID-19 and the whole pandemic, and they really need to make up for this loss and this bankruptcy. Sur La Table also needs help competing with their retail competitors. They are not nearly as successful, prominent, or as well known as other kitchen retail stores like Crate and Barrel or Williams Sonoma, which I'm sure you've heard of. And they really need to gain recognition in their field. We can see Sur La Table needs to dig itself out of the hole they're currently in, and we think Shopify is the perfect solution to help them reinvent themselves. And now we just need to prove it to them.
So we aren't anticipating that Sur La Table will need much convincing as to why it is they really need an e-commerce platform right now. Because of Sur La Table's current struggles, everything really points to e-commerce, and it's clear that that is their only really next viable step. Our presentation is more about selling Shopify and how much value that we can bring to them as a company. So one of the most helpful features that we want to emphasize is how Shopify is so quick and easy to get started. Shopify is the complete solution with no technicalities related to the development and hosting of your online store. The platform itself offers the software and hosting needed for launching the site, and customers frequently report that our service is intuitive and user-friendly. We offer professional templates to base your site off of, as well as many in-app integrations for you to customize and personalize your store according to your preferences. We also offer you access to our user-wide FAQ blog where users can post tips and questions and common concerns for you to reference. And if that doesn't help, our 24/7 customer hotline and chat service will aid you along the way and can ensure your site is up and running in no time. So, in response to this, we are anticipating Natalie to express some skepticism. She may ask how long the transition period will be in order to get your Shopify store started. Because they are struggling financially right now, they don't really have the means to put their main source of revenue on hold or completely stopped for a long period of time. We will handle this concern by sharing a proof source. Ben Brown, a happy Shopify user who runs his own Shopify store, he sells high-end shirts and clothing. He published an article this past month talking about his experience with Shopify, and we wanted to share. He said, Shopify is hands down the easiest and fastest way to set up an online store. In fact, I just timed it from start to finish, and it took just 19 minutes to create a store, add products, and hit the go live button. We really want Natalie to know that we make our platform as easy to use so they can smoothly and seamlessly transition into the e-commerce marketplace. The sooner this happens, the sooner they can start making revenue. When after this is done, we will ask a trial close, something along the lines of, does that clarify how quick and easy it is to use our service? And hopefully we can smoothly transition back into the presentation.
And on top of being super easy to start, Shopify also continues to be the most user-friendly e-commerce service out there. This is relevant even after store launch for both users and their customers. Our checkout process is seamless. It's a one-click checkout process, and this highly improves our conversion rates, and it limits transaction fees for high volume orders, which we are anticipating Sur La Table is going to have. Another benefit we really want to emphasize is just how much promotions or Shopify is actually capable of. Shopify equips users with powerful marketing tools to boost awareness and engagement. We ensure search engine optimization so that your web store is easily accessible by shoppers searching for your products and services. This helps your users reach more potential customers. Once they click on your page, our analytics tell you what aspects of your website are getting the most traction, so then you can tweak all of those so you can constantly improve your online sphere according to your customers' exact actions. The benefit of this is to help you guys reach more new customers and turn them into returning customers.
So moving on to our recommendation, we are going to propose that Sur La Table purchases our advanced Shopify plan versus our regular Shopify or basic Shopify 2 plans. We are going to suggest this package because it really makes the most sense considering the scale of Sur La Table's already existing business. In terms of our marketing plan, Shopify is a subscription-based service. Our user-friendly service can be purchased and implemented in really no time, as quick as 20 minutes. If you come into any hurdles, our 24/7 help center can be of assistance to get you back on track and ensure your site is up and running in no time. And if you were to purchase Shopify Advanced today, you can have your store up and running by the end of the day. And it's just really as simple as that. In terms of our business proposition, we think Shopify Advanced is going to give them the most value for their buck. Our advanced Shopify plan costs $2.99 per month. On top of that, we charge a 2.4% transaction fee on all transactions. This is really the best value for them, considering our other two plans have a 2.6% and a 2.9% transaction fee. This plan also offers you the most staff accounts, allowing more people to have access to your Spotify or to your Shopify admin page. This makes sense for large companies that have a lot of moving parts and a lot of people in high up corporate positions, and they can all have access to this admin page. With Advanced Shopify, you also get more store locations. This allows you to better keep track of your inventory so it's always accurate, and online orders are assigned to each store location accordingly. With this plan, you also get greater shipping discounts compared to the other two plans. With Sur La Table's sizable store, they will most likely be shipping out orders far more frequently and larger quantities of orders. So this is really the best deal for them.
After speaking with Natalie, we anticipate that a potential objection could be a drawback, and we could see Sur La Table saying Shopify is too expensive and it doesn't fit in our budget. And that could be a reason why they don't want to go through with actually purchasing it. But in order to combat this drawback, we will address it by highlighting the benefits and how they outweigh the initial investment. First, we'll express our understanding, and then after that, we'll look back on everything that we've already reviewed and all the benefits of Shopify. After that, we'll ask her if she switched to Shopify, Would the additional revenues generated by using it be worth their while? She will hopefully reply with a yes, and then we'll assure her that Shopify's benefits address both their goals to increase revenue in the e-commerce marketplace, as well as boosting engagement with their customers. At the very end, we'll ask, considering all these benefits, do you think they outweigh the initial investment price for the platform? And hopefully she replies with a yes.
Before we close, we want to make some final closing arguments to appeal to Natalie and to their business as a whole. We want to tell them that the pandemic does not need to be the end for Sur La Table. Obviously, they've faced some struggles and some hardship because of COVID-19, but there is a silver lining here. With this disaster, there's been an increased demand for cooking at home, with restaurants and bars being temporarily closed or permanently closing or being at limited capacity. People need to eat elsewhere. So there's a growing number of consumers cooking at home or wanting to learn how to cook at home. And people need proper kitchen supplies to do so, or even classes to teach them. And we really think that Shopify or Sur La Table can be that supplier. Then in order to close our presentation, we want to just reiterate our product's features, advantages, and benefits, and really tie that back to their needs and goals that we addressed throughout the presentation. This might go something along the lines of, given the circumstances Sur La Table is currently facing, a change is needed, and we think Shopify can be that change for you. Our easy and quick store launch, our user-friendly platform, and our powerful marketing tools can help Sur La Table make its new debut in the rapidly growing e-commerce marketplace. We believe that we can help your company both increase its online revenue as well as encourage engagement in order to secure more long-term returning customers and loyal fans. After that, we will say our trial close, asking if we've answered all their questions and if she is comfortable moving on to the next stage. And then hopefully from there, we can schedule a meeting with a group of stakeholders in the next weeks. And that's all we have. Thank you so much.
Thank you.